We're back, everybody. It's time. It's a clash of the times. It's the two biggest teams in the WPC-A Starter 2 tournament. If you're tuned in, well, you're here for a big match. And if you're not, well, you're missing out on one of the best matches the WPC-A Starter 2 League has to offer. It's WPC Team A versus WPC Team B.
Clash
Are
of
you
the
excited?
Epic Titans. I'm
Oh,
so
yeah.
excited. Partly due to the candy I ate, not really due to this match.
That's okay.
Was in the movie theater, and we snuck in candy against the rule of the theater.
Whoa, Lumi.
I know. I'm such a rebel.
No one's ever done that before.
Yeah, we got candy from Fresh and Easy.
Yeah.
We're bringing it into the theater.
That's good value. Candy theater costs like $4.
Yeah, $5 in fact.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
what candy did you bring in?
We brought in some very chewy like Sour Patches, but not exactly. It's like fruity Sour Patches made from real fruit juice.
Real fruit juice.
Fucking healthy candies, guys.
That sounds like you got bad value if it's healthy candy.
Yeah. All right. We got WPC Team B on the Radiant and WPC Team A on the Dire. It's gonna be Darkster right from the get-go, and I hope we're gonna get ourselves some crazy epic, crazy games.
Centaurs.
Centaur
versus-
Orsas,
yeah,
Spear
let's-
Breakers.
Even if we get like a 80-minute farming game where both teams don't exactly play amazing, I'm still gonna love it.
I don't know if
I tell you
I
now.
just stand 80-minute
Look,
farming
they've gone
games.
Wisp. I like this. Team.
All right, yeah. I mean, a Chinese team gone Wisp. Nobody knows what to
Yeah.
do with against Hero,
Alright.
so good
This
game.
This is Tongfu Team B as well. They're all tagged up as Tongfu. Tongfu is apparently their sponsor, but this is, in our opinion, the weaker of the two WPC teams. Hearts get together.
You
Actually,
only seen one match, so you can not even
Yeah.
really say anything.
well, we saw Hearts get together actually play well against Rising Stars, but then again, Rising Stars looked pretty bad yesterday.
Have you seen CTY lately? I don't know.
That was the worst. Like I tweeted after them, like that's the worst I've ever seen him play. Like that was just, I was shocked.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think this is gonna be fairly even as a matchup, and you're sure both of these teams gonna try their hearts out, because this is both these teams like, yeah, we could beat the other guy. This is our one free win. Gotta get themselves on the board.
All right. Well, WPC-A Wisp Weaver. Hearts get together, go for the Darkseer. I can't remember what these two teams played in their past matches. It's
Yeah,
kinda
it
it's
doesn't
all
matter.
a blur.
It doesn't matter. I know one of these teams picked the Spear Breaker and played them solo mid, and it was awful. But
I remember that now.
yeah, you do, okay.
It's all coming back to me. Not much else, but. Oh, I thought that was our screen there, Lumi. I thought you were doing learning with Lumi again.
Haven't started yet. We haven't
What's
had
the
a
word of the
topic yet.
day? It's like
I don't
Sesame
know.
Street. There's like a word of every day.
Not yet. It's one of those things that
Yes,
forces you to watch the entire broadcast. We don't do it in the beginning because people just watch for that and they tune away from the stream, right?
Yeah. And,
Because why else would you watch BTS without?
we don't know when it's coming.
You
we
don't.
even
I don't even know what the word is gonna
Yeah.
be. So, it's impromptu.
What does impromptu mean?
It's on the spot.
Okay.
You gotta be
That's
creative.
that's not going to be our word, though.
no, it's not.
Alright. Well, Darkseer live steal, no surprise. Yeah. Draft is draft. That's fine.
I mean, for the frequent viewers of the BTS, we've seen enough of these drafts
Yeah.
to kind of figure things out on their own. We don't really need to talk about it unless there's some crazy heroes coming up, like Undying Safe Lane. Then we'll, spare some minutes and talk about that. But for now, your standard pick and bans.
Absolutely. As far as the WPC-A Starter 2 League's gone, we had about a couple weeks through. The way the format works is you verse every team in a 2-game series. So you have 9 2-game series, I believe, and we're going to go through like all the way through to November. There's a lot of matches to get through, but we're already, I feel like, a good chunk of the way through.
So,
I'm enjoying it.
gonna derail this conversation to something that
Yeah.
I want to talk to you, and specifically you, for quite a bit. I was thinking of writing a blog post. Post TI3, everybody's just saying their Chinese are done. And you and I are the biggest Chinese fanboy.
Yeah.
That I know. So,
Nah, Chinese are on the rise.
I was thinking, should I write a blog post or should I make a podcast or audio talk? I don't know.
Make
That's
a
too much
a
work.
YouTube video for it.
I don't know, but we just do it here. Maybe
Wait.
if it gets good, we'll make a separate thing about
Okay,
it.
so just have like, well, how long do you want it to be?
I don't know,
5
like
minutes?
5-10 minutes. It's
Okay.
just like do you listen to podcasts a lot?
Yeah, sort of.
Okay, lately I've been listening Freakonomics.
Okay.
I'm not sure if you heard of that.
I have heard of
very,
Freakonomics.
very impressed with what they do. And generally they're kind of very factual based. They do the research, they present the information, and blah, blah, blah. This is not that. This is more opinion based. And the question of the today is Chinese winning TI4? Or better yet, the question is, are they going to be competitive TI4?
After this 2-game series, if you want, we can take 10 minutes, record a video right here, and then you can put it on your YouTube or whatever.
All right.
And the topic can be, will the Chinese win TI4?
So that's what you're gonna be staying for, not WPC-A versus B.
No.
But the true Chinese fanboy talking about whether China's gonna be doing well.
All right, that'll be our post game 2.
Okay.
But well, I don't think either of these two teams are gonna be winning TI4.
Road to TI-54. These two teams will get there before Mineski.
I'm about to say, the question is, who? This is going to be the teams going up against Minetsky at TI-54.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've been casting it, and even I'm now like making shots at Minetsky. What's the world come to?
Aren't you the big Mineski fanboy?
Yeah, I love Minetsky. They're in the grand finals of the Natolic Pro League later today.
Okay.
They beat Mythtrust to get there, so Minetsky they're the second best team in Southeast Asia right now, I think, after Titan. And there's definitely an argument you could make that.
Oh. It's that moment of the day, guys.
I thought you were. I saw that you were offline before. Did you went back online?
I signed on to give Sari Futa a chance. Where's the ad, Sari Futa? I feel very lonely.
No, you signed on to see if your rares were safe, betting on Envy.
Oh, I gotta get the insider info, you know. I gotta ask Envy, did you eat your breakfast? Or are you gonna eat your breakfast
I'm
tomorrow?
gonna report you to Dota 2 Lounge. Insider information.
For insider information?
Dude, you can't do that shit in like the real market, so
Is this a real market?
it's the Dota 2 market.
I don't know.
I don't see why not.
Let's get away from that topic and go back to WPCA's.
Okay. What are we talking about? Did you see the picture of the little Meepo dog on Reddit? It was
The
so
Meepo
cute.
dog?
Yeah.
Let me see the picture of Meepo dog. How is this a Meepo dog? It's a dog with a Meepo costume.
It's a corgi with a Meepo costume.
Okay.
Isn't it adorable?
Well, the problem is, where's the 4 other corgi with the Meepo costume?
That's the next step.
Alright, we need to get some cloning going on over here.
Yeah. That was actually, I didn't really care about the Meepo. I just wanted to subtly plug my Facebook there.
Oh.
It worked quite well. I
That's
thought.
pretty legit. It wasn't so subtle anymore now that you just, brought it all up.
It's alright.
Anything interesting about the draft that we could kind of... Not really? Alright.
Look, I feel like if this was teams we'd seen a lot of, and like there was like a game 3 of a best of, let's say this is like game 3 of a best of 3, then you can kind of talk about like what they're doing from game to game. But this is 2 teams we don't know much about. We haven't seen them play each other before. I guess the only interesting fact is that they're actually going to pick up a Wisp here and first pick it at that. But
yeah, normally before every WPC game or replay broadcast, I go to thatdota.com and look over the teams, their recent history, what they're picking, what they're banning. And then it's like, oh, today we're casting WPC-A versus WPC-B. Don't need to do any of that, because there's no point. There's only 2 matches in history, and to be completely honest, really have no idea what they're going to do. So
yeah,
I'll just let them surprise us. Which, by the way, you told me that you have like 60 t-shirts.
okay.
Yeah. You're wearing the same one. I remember you wearing this one before.
Yeah. No,
And you asked me what
I like
my
this
favorite
t-shirt.
element is.
What is your favorite element? Has
I
it
don't know.
changed?
It has not. I think I said something dumb like gold, or something.
Golds?
I said what? BR? What's BR?
No, someone in the chat said it was barium, and
Yeah.
that's a shitty answer.
Carbon? Somebody
Carbon's
said?
a good
It's
answer,
like
yeah.
you were impressed
I
with
like
that?
carbon, yeah.
Okay. But
Mine is still potassium.
Potassium.
Potassium's a good element. What other elements do I like? Chlorine's a good one.
For those of you guys that are, all right, we got a real pick going on here. We can talk about this.
Whispersa. So Weaver looking to be off lane, and
Is this some like dumb level 1 Roshan kind of thing?
or like genius level 1 Roshan thing. It's not necessarily. I've seen Whispersa's just use.
Didn't we see this in the Tech Labs today? Navi versus
PR.
Power Rangers.
Yeah.
And they did not get their level 1 Roshan off, and they had like abandoned mid lane. It was, I think, against the OD. That was some of the newest meta I've ever seen in my life.
Tech Labs, as someone joked on Twitter, I think it was Kennegat, it's basically should be renamed Free Money for Navi Tournament.
It pretty much is.
They haven't won them all, but like every time they go, like they're just there every time, and it's like you don't really recognize many of the other teams there. It's always like Rock's Kiss or like these tier 2 Russian European teams.
Rock's Kiss actually beat out somebody legit in the last Tech Lab Cup. I
Maybe
forgot who,
Navi.
like Empire or something.
Yeah.
To get to the final, I mean.
I wonder how, because Navi've only won 2 of the 4 Tech Labs. I'm trying to think. They lost one to, who would it have been? Maybe Empire or something.
I'm not a frequent follower of the Tech Labs.
Me neither. There's too many tech labs to keep track of.
Radiant team ban.
Let's see how Liquidpedia's done. Yesterday, Liquidpedia let us down on the current standings of We Play Dota 2, so
Disappoint.
I'm not sure how much I trust them here.
It's okay. In more than 2 days old of Dota history, they're generally fairly good.
10 seconds remaining.
Alright, we've got... Oh, there's like one every month?
5
What is this?
seconds remaining.
The GEST of Russia?
Something like that.
Team Empire.
Dude, this is the one where Navi got 3rd place. I remember
Yeah.
that. Because
They got beat up by ICC Cup.
Yes. But ICC Cup still didn't win it. So
Okay, it's
Empire
IC
won
Cup.
this.
Team pick.
IC Cup.
Yeah, LDO's yelling at
okay.
me when I say ICC Cup.
Navi won this one over Power Rangers. That's the most recent one.
Okay.
Navi weren't at this one, apparently. They lost in like group stages or something.
Terrible damage. Got 1st place.
This one
Hasn't happened
is in
yet?
the future. I don't know.
Okay.
Alright, well, we found one where they lost, which Empire won, but that's all we have. But it's still like free Navi money as far as I see it. Like I always see like just posts from Navi on Twitter saying, "Oh, we won the World of Tanks tournament." There, "Oh, we also won the CS:GO tournament." And it's like, who's actually at these tournaments if Navi just like cash in on like 4 different games every time?
All right, WPC-A's got some real heroes.
Radiant
Lions is
team
going to be picked after Ursa. Lion obviously fairly good hero against both Darkseer as well as Stormseer. Actually not too big against Lifestealer as well, especially if you could blink in and hex him before he rage, although that just comes down to reaction. Ursa though, good against just about everybody else in this draft. Stormseer is the only person that could really get away, but you know, when you are relocating on top with things like Tether Stun, you are just blowing everybody apart.
Yeah, I think I'd say this isn't a level 1
10
Roshan
seconds
draft
remaining.
despite the Ursa pick. It's
It
just,
still can be.
It can be, but I think it's very unlikely.
5
I
seconds
mean, this is just
remaining.
kind of like Liquid. They like to go for the Wisp Ursa. It's a strong combo that you can fit into a draft. So I think this is more
Reserve
just a
time.
combo that WPC-A want to go for. You can level 1 Roche, but I think
Okay.
it's not really what they're trying to do here.
Now, according to our Chinese analysts, they put the Weaver on the off lane for WPC-A and then defensive trialing top Beastmaster solo mid. Do you see any difference?
Maybe a Beastmaster off lane with the Weaver mid.
Okay,
but
any possibility of offensive try? What's
I
the
don't
line?
think so.
Very weak supports.
weak supports and Ursa offensive trialing's not bad. Like we've seen it like against Lifesteal, and you just like hit him whenever he comes up.
Mm-hmm.
So against the Lifesteal and Nyx Assassin, maybe because you've got 2 melee heroes in that lane. But
Yeah, maybe it depends on the last support.
yeah, I think Lion is just too weak in offensive trialing. He needs levels too much, so it's just
Okay.
too risky.
Now we see a Shadow Demon being able to at least slow Ursa down and disrupt whoever Ursa is focusing. Although, I'm not sure whether that matters at all. I feel like once the Wisp relocates in, generally that's when things go fall apart really quickly.
Alrighty, well, we'll get things underway here. And now, only match for today in the WPC-A League. WPC-A versus WPC-B.
Prepare
It's
for
going to
battle.
be WPC-B. Timor Hearts get together. Cupid's Hearts, they've got many names it seems. Going to be playing on the Radiant side. You can introduce them because I see characters I do not know.
All right, Stormseer is going to be handled by Xiao Hong. He's going to be going mid, I assume. Xiao Love is going to be playing on the Lifestealer. 7, generally the Darkseer offlane player. CYS is going to be your Shadow Demon, and last but not least, XY on the support Nyx Assassin.
Well, the Dire team, WPC Team A or Tongfu B team. Why? They're just sponsored by Tongfu. They don't
Yeah.
really. I guess they kind of do represent Tongfu for that reason. But it's going to be An playing the support Lion, UUU9 on the Beastmaster. We've got Mary on the Wisp, Y on the Ursa, and then finally Misty.
Misty.
There's a T in the middle there rather than an I, but we'll say Misty.
Yeah, I don't
Misty
know.
on the Weaver, and we found out what UUU9 is. It's a Chinese search engine.
Yeah, you said that last time, and I was like, we were saying
Like what?
the next time you make a name in a game, you should be Ask Jeeves.
Yeah. Because I feel like if your nickname was Google, like that's a kind of cool nickname to have.
Yeah.
Like if your Dota 2 nickname is Google, like I can respect that. But if you're some shitty ass search engine like Ask Jeeves, Jesus man, I would flame the hell out of someone in my game.
Maybe UUU9 is like the Google of China. Who knows?
I don't know. I think that's more like Tencent's the Google of China.
Probably.
But
Actually, Baidu is what I know as a good search engine in China as well.
what other shitty English search engines are there?
Ask Jeeves.
Like there's like your
Bing.
Yahoo, but Yahoo's not like Yahoo's like
Bing.
up there. Bing.
Bing's pretty.
Okay. All right. Well, this is the Ask Jesus China as far as I know. It is a Beastmaster mid, and we're not looking at offensive trialing. Misty going to be going up against the supports at bottom lane, and well, standard safe lane Ursa here. So probably look towards the Wisp and line, looking to do some pulls, get some levels. They want to make sure they can get a relocate as early as possible, and Darkseid going to just abandon offlane, which is probably the right way to play this. And this is where Hearts get together, get more out of the offlane, because that's their Darkseid straight up jungles, and Weaver just gets completely zoned out of the bottom lane, it looks like.
Yeah, Weaver's getting zoned out. At the same time, though, the two supports now could be able to at least pull a little bit. It's very, very important to hit both these levels, both these supports, excuse me, to level 6 as soon as possible. I think Ann is just completely blocking his camp by himself, without enemy wards or whatsoever.
Yikes.
I have no idea what's going on there, but
Twice in a row.
this is not what you need to be doing.
Yeah, and having that big, well, they had now, and they didn't kill this small camp before the 1 minute mark, so they don't have any pulls to do until the 2:15.
Okay.
Quite painful.
How to own your own
They're
jungle.
going to push out the lane, but no one's there to actually farm the experience, so I guess it's not the end of the world. Darkseid is just straight up jungling for the time being, but the Radiant Team Hearts Get Together doing a good job of keeping Weaver out of this lane. The creep equilibrium is being kept by Hearts Get Together, and Shadow Demon just going to keep on coming back in whenever Weaver pokes his... Weaver's used all his Tengos here, and has gotten like 2 creep experience. That's not good value.
Yo, back in the middle, it looks like we're going to see a little bit of engagement. It's going to be Hex into Impale, but Xiaohong with the 6 base armor. Not going to be enough, I don't think. Nice body block coming out from Ann, and there's that first blood.
Nice rotation coming out from Ann.
It's a very unsuspecting rotation, because generally you think, oh, it's a Lion Wisp. I'm going to be absolutely safe, because these are not really two good gankers. Lions just came out in the mid lane and dropped a level 1 Hex. That's not something you see ever.
Yeah. Hex into Impale, like at level 2. Like, what is that? And Lion's going to take the Invis Rune, use it, give the bottle back, and look for another gank on mid lane, it looks like.
I like that. I mean...
I saw the Invis Rune there, I'm thinking, like, if Lion picks this up, they just kill Storm again. But Beastmaster obviously with the bottle, but...
This is like the full efficiency. Now, like, you give the full bottle back to the Beastmaster.
Yep.
And Puck sees it and is like, oh, he probably got an illusion rune or something useless like that.
Or you just keep the bottle, and then Puck's like, or the Storm's like, oh, he's just bottle crowing. And then you pass him the bottle back after you get the kill here. And he's going to be hit level 3 here, I think. So they wait for Lion to hit level 3. Storm will be back around that time, and this could be easily another kill. Oh, bottom lane, they have killed off Weaver with some Sentry Wards.
Yeah, it looks like 2 Sentry Wards draft for that 1 kill. The big problem is I don't think they could actually kill Xiaohong, because Xiaohong's actually fairly high in terms of HP. He's even tangling up as well, so... Lion's Invis Rune is going to be running out in about 10-15 seconds or so.
Yeah.
He does not see Lion up top. It looks like they are making it go. I'm not really sure where they get this kill.
It might.
Well, a couple more. I click the Axis is going to come through, but the bottle is...
He missed the axes, didn't he?
I think he missed the Axis on his travel back projectile.
Yeah, he definitely missed some of the axe damage. There's a rotation mid now coming from the Radiant supports. It looks like they may get this Beastmaster. The illusion's blocking. The pull is there. Easy kill going towards the Radiant team. Even Darkseid coming in for that one.
Yeah. So a nice return back here, and Lion's actually too low to grab that experience within the lane. So that was a kind of 3-man rotation coming out from the 2 support as well as Darkseid out of jungle, but well worth it to get a return kill.
Yep. All right. Well, as for WPC, their Dire team, Team A, they're going to be looking to get Wisp up his level 6. Ursa's got himself free farm here, so he's going to pick up maybe some fast phase boots, and if they can get Wisp up fast level 6 with just pulling, then they'll be ready to start counter ganking these other lanes.
Yeah, I wonder what Xiao Love is going for. I guess fast phase is what he's gonna start with. The fact that he already has a boosted speed. I think this can be a game where you go a fast Hanamitis and then just go for late game. At the same time, though, you know, you don't really want...
The pressure's going to come in the early game by
Yeah.
Wisp Ursa, though, so I think getting phase drum early is still quite nice.
With Ursa as well as the Beastmaster, the gangs are going to come out quite early, and having a phase is very, very important in terms of being able to keep up the pressure.
Yep. Well, the Tongfu B team want to pressure this tier 1 tower at top lane.
Well, Iron Shell's going to draw this push and slow it down.
Yep. Alrighty. Well, things have started off here, I'd say, pretty well. I mean, both teams sort of getting advantages in various lanes. We're not seeing a ton of action aggression, but I like what I'm seeing so far from the 2 teams. And we do have, I mean, some variation. Going for the Wisp Ursa, going for something a bit different with the drafts.
Yeah, so far I haven't exactly really capitalized on anything of that sort yet. Obviously, you know, you need level 6 on your Wisp. You need decent level items, as well as the ability to kind of go in and just kill anybody instantly. Yep. Ursa's actually leveling up Fury Swipes. I believe that's the correct build, although some builds actually opt for leveling up Earthshock.
This will help you bring down Roshan earlier if he's going to go straight for a Vlad, so... the Earthshock is also nice, but that's, I guess, if you're more a ganking build, so it looks like he's going to be sort of prioritizing maybe Roshan fairly early on.
Okay. Beastmaster hits himself up to level 6, no teleport scroll inside just yet. It seems like everybody just safely farming away, don't really want to make any unnecessarily aggressive gank. So
Oh, Lion wants to smoke gank mid though, with the raw there.
okay, they definitely have enough there to get the kill, but
Yes.
they need Lion to be right-clicking as soon as the reward drops off, because every bit of damage is very necessary.
There's no
Storm,
Storm ulti though. That's the big thing.
yes, Storm not level 6 just yet.
Okay. Well, Lion's going to look to maybe wrap around a bit more here. Problem is Storm is about to hit his level 6. He won't get it from this range creep, I don't think. I think he'll be one creep short. And well, as a result, this is the one moment where they can get the kill. Lion's already rotating back top though. He's given up on it. Oh,
Oh,
has he
he's
given
thinking
up?
about Lion Smoke is running low.
Yeah, he needs to make a decision soon. It looks like he's going to go for a wrap around the top, and I like this decision a bit better. It's more a guaranteed kill if Dax is playing up forward, and if he doesn't play forward, you get a tower. So either you're getting a tower or a kill here.
Okay, Seven's gonna be coming around. Nope, he's gonna just walk back off, and Tier 1 tower is gonna get this up top. Ursa gets a last hit there. He's already got the face boot finish as well as the Basilius. We imagine it's gonna be going straight into Vlad's.
Yes. Yeah, it does look that way. And Wisp now getting up to level 5, getting close to that level 6 relocate point. Well, we're looking to, do we go like directly into starting relocate ganks as soon as you hit that? Because Storm you can't really gank. Lifestealer maybe, but he has got phase boots raw. Oh, speaking of raw, one at middle lane.
Yeah, CYS is right there to disrupt, but looks like,
He should have looked to just impale as he came out.
yeah, I think you had to go for that kind of move. It
Yeah.
probably might have worked, but if you timed it properly, you
Yeah.
get your impale off before he does on his Zip. Zip has a fairly long cast animation.
Yes. You can, yeah, you have to be very precise with it. It's not like something you can get every single time, but it's worth going for.
At the same time, though, if he does get the Hex off, the Hex will come out before the...
It's a 1 in 3, like you don't know.
Yes, that's the 1 in 3 chance.
So, well, it's an unsuccessful kill on the Storm Spirit at mid lane. He's going to be pretty happy with that one, Zhao Home. But, well, Beastmaster rolled pretty short on the cooldown here. I think they're going to leave Lion mid for a little bit. Maybe send Beastmaster somewhere else to start rotating with his next roll. And Lion try to get his more levels up, because Lion is a very level-dependent support hero.
Yeah, Lion has been kind of roaming around using multiple smokes, setting up ganks and kills, and as a result, he hasn't really got the experience to where he really needs. Checking on what's his experience as well, he's going to hit level 6 after these, the successful pull. He's got his level 6, so look towards these two joining up and start maybe going for kills anywhere on the map. Now, you got to keep in mind that Storm is a hard target to kill. Shadow Demon is going to be hard target to kill, provided that he does disrupt his allies or himself and delay things a little bit further. But for now, you can see that YJ is going to be standing off the map, and so will Mary. They're going to be jungling up, and it's really hard to actually expect the gank coming out from any particular direction. Yeah, you don't know where, if Versus just straight up jungling, if he's killing Roshan, if he's killing Ancients, and then if you maybe try and go and contest Roshan, well, it turns out he's jungling, he's not there, and you get relocate ganked on. There's just so many different options for this Ursa to be doing right now that this is going to make it really difficult for Hearts to get together to respond to. And if anything, I think they just have to accept the fact Ursa can solo Roshan and they can't stop it. Yeah, speaking of solo Roshan, Ursa's got his Vlats completely finished. He just needs to pick it up in the courier, so... Shadow Demon is going to check Roshan, not there at the moment. I mean, if they have vision of that Shadow Demon, he was dead. That's the thing I'm thinking. I'm like, he's walking in to check Roshan on his own. Even if Ursa's there, let's say Ursa's there with Wisp, Shadow Demon just dies, even without vision. So, that is some ballsy play coming out from a Shadow Demon. He doesn't have any points in the Shadow Poison just yet, so we'll look to get that level 4, I imagine, to help his scouting. He's going to go in again. He just keeps... This is... I guess he has got backup with the Nyx here, but he is just playing so brave. I mean, I'm not sure whether Nyx counts as a backup. No. Because Nyx is probably going to die as well. Ursa's going to just smoke himself in there. Okay. It looks like Shadow Demon checked twice already. I don't think there's going to be a third check, though. Oh, he is still nearby. Yep. Okay. It's going to be Missy as well as... They would have heard the Enrage. If they were clicking over that portion of the map. The audio map pack, which is still in the game. Yeah, I think that's kind of unfair. If you're listening, Valve, please fix. Number of spells you can hear in Fog is actually quite high. Like, what are some of the things you can... Queen of Pain Blink, Anti-Mage Blink. Windwalks. I'm not sure about all Windwalk, but definitely some Windwalk. Yeah, you could definitely hear... I make it... I mean, like, every time one happens, I write it down, like, I would write it down and, like, message Valve with it, say, like, hey, look, here's another spell which you can hear in Fog, because it's something they are going to address. There's a Zip in at mid lane, there's a Lifesteal Infest in this, and this could be a kill on Arm, but there's immediate Raw, and here comes the relocate in from the Wisp Ursa. Lifestealer did get the kill on the line, and it looks like a great AoE Impale coming out from Nyx Assassin prevents any real damage from being done. CYS on the Shadow Demon is going to take a fall from the Wisp Ursa.
And that's all they're going to get. So relocate gank and well, one support for one support here at the middle lane.
Oh, maybe it's not done just yet. Another pulse going to come on through. UUU9 is going to be dead. We have a TP, and that's going to be from the Lion. Or no, excuse me, Ursa first, and then the Lion. Ursa on the chase. A clap goes on Xiao Love. Xiao Love dropping fast, a vacuum backwards is going to be enough. And the Tsukushi bring him into safety, and coming back in a little bit too late. That impale from the Nyx Assassin really allowed them to actually win that team fight.
Yeah.
Because if it weren't for that 3-man impale, it would have been Ursa just running people over.
Yeah, it was perfectly timed as the relocate came in, and well, WPC, the Dire team, not off to the best start here. They got the Whisper, so the first relocate not working out for them. They've still got this Aegis Nurser, but it's a hero that needs to sort of start looking to get some kills and start snowballing.
Yeah, I mean, Aegis is nice and all, but generally when you die on Ursa, you probably die a second time, because if they're killing a very tanky Ursa, that means they probably killed or forced back the rest of your team. And it doesn't matter if you're a tanky Ursa, they'll kill you twice.
Yeah. Alright, well, HTT, Hearts get together, going to be happy with that. They've got Storm Spirit, going to be just picking up some treads here. Lifesteal is going straight for a phase armlet, so not worrying about the drums or anything. And, well, I imagine we just keep seeing these infest ganks into the Storm Spirit, because it seems to be working out nicely as far as the early game start goes. The support Nyx has hit level 6 now, so that's another option for the Radiant team as far as finding kills and counter ganking and just being annoying, is using these Vendetta ganks, even with the Lifestealer infest there as well.
Yeah, I mean, you could tax the support a little bit. Both Lion as well was very, very goal dependent as well. So if you could force them to get out a couple more Central Wards than they really want to, then that's a victory.
This Wisp Ursa, they both TP home, like from jungle. Like they're both jungling together, and they're like, let's just TP home, heal up, and then look for a relocate gang. Well, they're going to not find any, so they'll start walking their way out of the base. But if anything presents itself, I'm sure they will be looking for a relocate.
Oh, nothing just yet here.
Solo Storm at top, just not a kill they can get. And he's got backup as well, but even regardless of the backup, he just zips away. So Smoke is going to be the name of the game for the Tong Fu squad.
Yeah, I mean, they're looking for it, but there's actually no hero nearby, because it's going to be the entire Radiant team backing him up. They're smoking into the jungle, and this time it's going to break out basically 5e. Well, actually, you have Wisp Ursa coming in, so it's going to be a 5v5 if this team fight does break out.
Yeah, well, Life's still the only hero. Oh, he wasn't here. He now TP's in, so relocates into the Storm. And they kind of revealed they were mid lane. There was a bit of Iron Shell damage, maybe not actually spotted by the Dire squad. Oh, Storm. He's going to see this Beastmaster there. He'll zip in. He's got an Iron Shell as well as a Lifesteal Infest. Easy kill on Beastmaster. And there's a relocate. I don't know if you want to relocate this. They can turn this around. Nyx, Impale, gets both. Easy 2-man Impale coming out from him. Lion's still looking to come on in. He's not level 6 yet. They're going to get a oh, nice kill on the Shadow Demon here, but is there enough follow-up damage? Darkseid gets on a wall, and the relocate out is going to leave Lion alone. Arn going to be brought down. He turned looking... Was that a finger?
That was a finger, and that was a waste of a finger, because that thing
no.
has 160 cooldown. There's no reason to use that finger. It's not like dropping a, I don't know, Frost Nova or something before you die, because that thing has 12-second cooldown. Or 14 was it. In any case, I think Tong Fu just lost a lot of their killing power for absolutely zero reasons.
The Wisp, I feel like you don't want to relocate in as a response, because Beastmaster's dead no matter what, and then you have a 2v4 scenario when your Wisp Ursa are there, and they've still got stuns left. They still have a Nyx Assassin Impale, which just instantly locks both those heroes down, so I think they need to be a bit more reserved with using this relocate.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, they're basically using it for every single team fight, but they haven't been really getting any kills to speak of, so it doesn't feel like the Wisp has done enough, or anything at all, in fact.
Yeah, he's 1-0-1, but it really feels a much lower impact than that. As a pause maybe going to come out from the Hearts Get Together squad, but as it stands, it's a 6-3 score, very even on the graphs here. Gold not really led by either team. Hearts Get Together do have a bit of an experience lead, 2.5k experience lead, and a lot of that, as far as the hero levels is concerned, seems to be going towards their supports. Having a level 7 Nyx Assassin, level 5, well, it's actually the Shadow Demon, the lowest level in the game, but in general, I feel like Hearts Get Together just have their 3 cores are all doing pretty well. For the Dire team, this Weaver is actually really far behind. He's just got treads, he's 0-1, and this is where I feel the offlane Weaver just isn't really being that successful lately.
Yeah, once Stormsphere gets his Orchid, everything aside from Beastmaster and Ursa will just flat out die. Whenever Storms is in Orchids, that person's generally dead. Yep. Fortunately for WPC-A team, it's not close to that point just yet. Stormsphere only has a robe of Magi as well as a Sage's Mask, so still working on that first Oblivion staff. Very far away from finishing the whole thing.
Yeah, they've still got at least like a 5-minute window here, which I guess is where they have to be really effective with their ganks. They can't just be having Beastmaster get caught out. He needs to be looking to and leading the ganks, finding these kills himself, and having Wisp Ursa relocate, get in for them. And I think that part of the problem is neither Weaver or Lion is really great ganking here. Sure, Lion, he's got a finger, he's got lots of stuns, but he doesn't really move around the map very well. He's kind of just clunky in that he's so easy to jump on. If you ever get vision of him, he's just straight up dead because the Storm Zip in is going to basically not allow him to get off even a Hex in a team fight. So Lion not really all that good just because of how squishy he is.
Yeah, I mean, right now I feel like Hearts Get Together has superb initiation coming out from things like Infested Storm or Infested Nyx Assassin. You have the Vacuum for team fights. You have the single target initiation from Hearts Get Together. Meanwhile, if you look at WPC Team B or Tongfu, what are they actually building towards to? I guess Basher eventually could get picked up here by Ursa, but he's looking for a tanky item overall in the beginning. Beastmaster's looking for a mech, so he's not going to do much. And really, Weaver's actually doing nothing because he needs Link of Seer or BKB, and then finally gets the damage item.
All right, well, game's going to be resumed, and I definitely agree. It's much more clear what Hearts Get Together can build towards. Their items are going to give them clear advantages. Armlet, Orchid, whatever else it may be. The Arcane Boots on the Nyx Assassin, a Blink Dagger on him later on, and Darkseer with a mech up already. So they've got this clear advantage with their item pickups. For the Dire team, the one thing coming is going to be a Beastmaster mech as well. But for the rest of the heroes, it's like, okay, well, we've got some gold on Ursa. Maybe you get a BKB nice and early. I think he almost has to go for a BKB this game. Maybe wants a Blink Dagger or something first, but he's not really been all that effective yet.
I mean, it's hard to be effective against a lineup like this, so I can't really blame him.
Alright, well, Lion and Beastmaster looking to just stack some Ancients here. We'll see if they try and kill those off right now or just leave them for the Ursa a bit later.
This is a fairly slow kind of your standard, I guess, even if you call it a Chinese pub game. Although, a lot of teams will be able to win the game by now.
Ursa's going to lose his Aegis as well soon, so all of a sudden, WPC-A can't even use that Aegis to be really aggressive with this Ursa.
Okay, so maybe that's what they're waiting for. Weigh out the Aegis and then begin to relocate. Wisp Ursa still holding hands in the jungle. Ursa farms, Wisp watches.
I feel like Ursa should, I mean, sure you have the tether relocate, but I feel like having a Blink Dagger, especially during your Aegis time, you can be really aggressive with a Blink Dagger, find kills, maybe you die and use your Aegis, but then you've got the Blink to also escape after respawning, so I feel like picking up a Blink Dagger would have been really nice this game. But decides not to. He's got 3k gold. What is he actually going to buy? And I feel like whatever he wants to buy, he may as well just straight up go and do it, because his team needs all the items they can get right now.
Really, really hard to say. Blink Dagger is decent, but oh no, well I guess it's going to be Shadow Blade.
You mentioned Chinese pub game. Well, you got to go for the pub item.
It is Shadow Blade, one of the really stronger item in public games, simply because, well, very tanky.
People don't buy awards.
People don't buy wards.
They do if you're playing. They do if you're playing on the tryhard Asia servers. Ursa going to Shadow Blade past these Radiant wards, so he's going to get into the jungle undetected here. Question is, who or what can he find? Beastmaster Hawk?
He needs to get out there fast, or get in there fast to preserve his ultimate buff and the fact that his Shadow Blade's running out. But not going to find absolutely anybody.
He'll swing past the wards again, and Roshan is respawning now in about 3 minutes' time, with the Aegis expired about a minute ago. But not finding those kills at all. Storm getting more time just to have space, farm up his Orchid. He's got his first Oblivion Staff and pieces for a second. Middle lane.
Alright, here comes the initiation Shadow Blade. Well, someone getting review because they see Invisible Tether running around. Beastmaster, is he going to be dropping his ward? Yeah, it's going to be on Xiaohong on the mid lane, but on the back line, it looks like they focus on the Wisp. Lifesteal already going down on the Lion. Lion's going to get brought down as well, but Storms are zips away from the initiation. Meanwhile, FY is looking for the pull, comes back from Xiaohong. The Impel goes through as well. They get one more. That's on the Ursa. They're not done. They're going in for UUU9, and they get him as well. Triple kill, 4 for nothing. Misty's the only person to survive, or 4 for 1, excuse me. And Shadow Man gets picked off.
Yeah, really nice. Darkseer kept the Storm Spirit alive. He mech'd him, and then the Storm was going to die anyways because the Raw plus Ursa was doing a ton of damage, but he actually vacuumed the Ursa away, giving Storm time to zip out of there and keep himself alive, which was huge because Storm helped set up so many of those kills for this lifesteal, and all of a sudden, with that fight lost, WPC-A are falling very far behind. The only hero to survive is a Weaver, and this is not like a true core hero Weaver. This is not a carry hero for them. This is a very underfarmed poor Weaver who's fallen behind.
For what's worth, I felt like WPC team play actually okay, leading up to that first and second engagement. Simply because I feel like they're really good at laning, but aside from that, they're working a lot of aspects of like decision making, dominating their draft in the mid game to late game. For now, it feels like Hearts to Get Together has all of those spaces covered.
Yeah, they went for the much more sort of standard draft here, but at the same time, I feel like they're executing it well. It wasn't 100% safe, like picking up the Storm Spirit for the middle lane, just running a safe lane trialing, of course, but they abandoned the off lane as well, giving up free farm to an Ursa, but they kind of knew they'd make up for it elsewhere, and they'd have a stronger mid game than WPC, as long as they didn't let these relocate ganks kick off, which they did a really good job positioning themselves. At so many points, as soon as Wisp hit level 6, the only hero shown on the minimap, or on the map, sorry, was the Storm Spirit, and you can't relocate gank that, so the relocates have always been used as counter ganks, and if you're counter ganking with it, the Beastmaster's like already dead, or whoever got jumped is already dead, so
Yeah.
you're already fighting like 3v5 or 4v5, so it's not really good as a counter ganking tool, relocate.
We do see a couple of TP score going in the bot lane here. Lifestealer is already in position. I think they're smart to make these CPs simply because they don't know where the WPC is going to be pushing. If they transition into a push, we definitely want to have a couple guys here. But with that said, though, top and mid lane being left somewhat unattended.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Well, there's a decent amount of farm coming the Radiant way if they want to go top and get that. And I imagine, sure, they've winning these fights nice and early. They've got some base, they've got their sort of starting items, but Lifesteal would love to maybe pick up a Basher and work towards an Abyssal Blade to go with it. Storm still actually hasn't got his Orchid, so all this farm top is waiting for them, but they want an engagement first before they go back and farm.
Oh, Sentry's going to get dropped, and they do see them, but can you actually run away here? Stormster making the pull. There's a pull on Ann, and Ann's going to be the first one to get dropped down. Looks like we have a relocate on top. Who's he relocating in? It's going to be the Ursa in the middle of the team fight. Right-clicking away, the Tether applying his stun. Stormster already zipping back out. Seven's going to be fine as well. They do melt the Nyx Assassin. That should be the end of the team fight.
Well, Storm's being chased by a Weaver here. This Storm has very low mana. He can TP out, and that's going to be maybe his only way out of this one, but the Wisp is there with balls to chase him down. And a double kill actually going to the Weaver, so a nice fight for WPC-A, and they're not done. They may lose this Ursa here at mid lane, unfortunately. Wisp tethers in, chucks an Urn Charge as well, and keeps the Ursa alive, so...
Ooh, Misty walking back in, threatening to go for a kill. Not really going to find it. I urge you guys to actually take attention of
Radiant's
the...
top tower is under attack.
Wait. Sorry, lost my train of thought. Never mind what I'm about to say.
Radiant's
Alright.
top
I'm surprised
tower
they
is
just took
under
that fight so deep. Like they ran past the tower. There was a lot of farm, like a triple creep wave at top they could have gone back for. They haven't actually got the Orchid yet on the Storm. Yet they still tried to take that fight. I think it was just overextending a little bit too far.
I mean, it's a fight before Roshan, and if you win this fight, you actually do perhaps limit Roshan from being taken by Kung Fu. Kung Fu walking straight into the bit. Oh, ooh, that was unfortunate for Shadow.
Unfortunate. That was some questionable positioning.
I mean, walking straight up a hill like that without any sight is a big deal. Vacuum's gonna hit on everybody. The Beastmaster will go on 7. 7's gonna get bursted down, but that's a 3-man impel. YJ's gonna get focused, and YJ needs to be kept alive. He's finally alive, but XY's gonna come in with a Vendetta hit to bring him off. We do have Misty going for the kill. He needs one more hit. Nice high ground. He's gonna get that last one. Shao Love. Ooh, Misty coming right back in. Meanwhile, you see Beastmaster right-clicking away. We do see a backdrop, but U9, well, you could think for a bit of time to look for a new handle.
They're going to get the Weaver as well.
That's everybody.
Ursa's come back to the fight, though. Ursa bought back for this one. He may just clean up. They kill the Storm, who's already used his buyback. The chase is now in the dark, and this movement speed is insane. They kill off 4. Shadow Demon now back alive, but
okay,
that's a team wipe.
Okay.
It did cost them an Ursa buyback, but this will secure, or will it secure them, Roshan? Nyx is respawning soon. I think it does, because Nyx doesn't have Vendetta, so we're not going to look to see him going in to contest this. And good fight for WPC-A.
Yeah, I mean, the buyback here from Ursa and the ability to get back in the team fight, thanks to the fact that they still have a tier 2 mid as well as a tier 1 bottom. They were able to rescue the rest of the team very easily. And, well, there's the Ursa with the Aegis.
Yep. 2.2k gold now on him, so he's more than halfway to a BKB if he wants to go for that. And against like the Nyx Assassin stuns, the Storm Spirit pull, the Darkseer Vacuum, I feel like BKB is quite essential here.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. BKB allows him to run in a team fight without too much of a fear or anything. There's really no way for them to kill you until, for example, there's a Hex on the map, which I don't see Stormster is going to have anytime soon since he's working on the Orchids. Basher's going to come out, and that suddenly, never mind what I said about the Weaver, BKB, or just a straight up bash from a lifestealer is an answer.
It is, but at the same time, like you can kind of avoid him if you're an Ursa. Like you have to get pretty unlucky, or you just don't want to go on the lifesteal in general. You're trying to like Shadow Blade, find the supports, find the Nyx or the Shadow Demon. There is counters in the sense that hey, whoever he goes on can maybe get disrupted, and you might not actually get that kill.
Yeah.
He picks up an ultimate Ultimate set, so it looks like we may see Lincoln's out of him, or even like Hex is actually quite a common and good item on Ursa in general, and it's a decent counter to Storm, but normally you see it later on, but it could well be a Hex.
Yeah, I feel like we're a little bit ahead in that particular discussion.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure whether the game will get there, but I'm personally sometimes a big fan of Lincoln Sphere on Ursa as well.
Yeah.
Just to block that one spell, and generally team fights, if it does last long enough, you're blocking yet another spell. That's really where you get into value territory, but well, it could be a Asha, it could be a Manta, it could be a Hex. I feel like going straight Hex right now is a little bit too aggressive.
Alright, so gonna get this bottom tier 1 tower, just very low, straight up just backdoors it, and well, the Radiant team HGT gonna go for a smoke gank towards this top lane, and Wisp Ursa not there, but they can be there in the blink of an eye.
Yep. Meanwhile, the Tongfu players are at least on the top lane, just waiting, standing there.
Dire's top tower is
I
under
think they
attack.
know
Yeah.
something's coming towards this top tier 1 tower maybe. Nyx is gonna Vendetta ahead, try and get some scouting information. Right now the Dire team with no vision, no sentries to detect this. Weaver does have a BKB, but he's gonna have to be very fast to react if it's Nyx or Storm zipping in on him. And
Alright, Hearts to get together now does see a couple guys perhaps up top and decides to make the rotation once again.
they would have spotted Lion there with as Nyx assassin Vendetta pass. His Vendetta actually wore off now though, so they'll go back to the lane here, reveal all of them, and well, now WPC know exactly what's going on. They're also going to keep farming these Ancients for a bit, but they're looking for that relocate top should a fight break out.
I feel like Tongfu needs to split push a little bit better. I mean, Wisp, aside from having relocate, could also just split push. Maybe they're waiting for a Beastmaster Roar to go off first? Is that kind of the idea?
Possibly. Storm going to TP bottom here. He's not going to find anyone. It looks like just maybe a bit of farm. As our life still going to just, yeah, he comes out of the Infest, goes in the jungle, leaves the Storm the Spirit at the bottom lane. I think Hearts get together really recognizing that they need to get this Orchid before they can take fights.
Yeah, having Orchid, and maybe if you want to wait 2.5 more minutes, wait out the
Yeah.
Aegis on WPC-A, probably not a bad way to go about it. Meanwhile, you have the lifesteal farming for Abyssal Blade. If he does finish it, by the way, 3,000 go away for her. Gonna be a pretty big deal.
All right, well. As for the Dire team, they're just looking to get some more levels and basic items. Like your Beastmaster's got a decent chunk of gold here, 1,500 on him. I'll have to see if he goes for an Ag Scepter or maybe even just the Ghost Scepter. Not too bad against this Radiant team as well. The Lifestealer annoying as well as the Storm Spirit to some extent to sort of ruin his combo of spells. But all in all, it does look like Hearts get together just sort of building towards a bit more. But WPC-A are just getting more around the map. These constant Roshan kills and the last couple of fights going their way is really helping them out.
Yeah, they're evening out the goal here to 0 mark, although maybe they'll let up a little bit of room and fall behind. Meanwhile, YJ on the mid lane, Shadow Blading in, trying to find any target, but it's like he wasn't able to find them.
Right, well, there's a real sort of vision war right now, and both teams wanting to have Sentry Wards down, the Shadow Blade Ursa on the Dire side, the Weaver, as well as the Weaver, and as for the Radiant team, it's this Nyx Assassin with his Vendetta ganks, or just Vendetta openings that's sort of causing problems. So both teams trying to make sure they have this vision advantage, and Wisp actually going to D-Ward and Observe Ward at the middle lane, so that's going to help out quite a lot as far as fighting in the middle lane, and they know there's no detection as well for these Shadow Blades.
I heard Infest, and we're going to see a zip on the backline. It's going to be on the Mary. Mary's going to get blown up very quickly. Let's like 2-man impale the walls and vacuum on top. And Misty's trying to right click. The mech does go off. Mary's still dropping quite low, but they're keeping everybody alive. Stormscooter is going to be dead, and Ursa on the chase. He sees CYS. CYS doesn't really have too much enemy. Nice open moon coming out. It looks like Xiao Love might be the next one in trouble here. Access does clip him, and the Sakuji's going to come in as well. Offensive disruption coming in, and XY still got Vendetta, but it looks like he just have to run out.
That's just, for Hearts to get together, that's a complete disaster. You initiate a fight with an infested Lifesteal and a Storm Spirit, they go for a target like a Wisp, which in my opinion isn't the best target, and they don't even kill him. He dies later on, like he dies a good 10 seconds later to the Shadow Demon Purge, but if you're jumping on him, you have to get that kill, and they didn't actually do so.
Well, mid tower now being siege upon. YG getting a little bit stunned up here. Tier 2 should finally go down.
Yeah.
Didn't know WPC is sticking it that strong to them. UU9, 2,800 gold. We have 2,000 gold on the Weaver with a complete BKB. Ursa's got another 4,000 gold. What is this? He's got a hex completed.
So he can now be jumping on the Storm Spirit himself, should he see that. They can actually relocate gank Storm. Well, maybe not the relocate because you give Storm warning that you're coming, but either way, this Hex is a huge pickup for the Ursa.
SF going back to the secret shop, picking up himself a point booster. That's going to be his axe a little bit later on.
Yep, I like this. If you're kind of starved for gold and really need something like just cheap, cost-effective, the Ghost Scepter's nice, but you got a ton of gold. You just want a team fight. You got some towers. Getting a much bigger item in the form of Ag Scepter is going to help him out a lot here.
How do you really feel about these two teams in terms of? It feels like judging from this draft, at least actually both these teams should be playing a lot more aggressively than they are. I see a lot of kind of trading in terms of farm, doing for random smoke gangs, which is fine, but when you have a Nyx Assassin Storm and Lifestealer as your 3 cores, or not exactly 3 core, but 2 core plus a very ganky support, they should be able to find a lot of kills.
Yeah,
Same thing with WPC-A with relocate, line, Weaver.
I feel like the Radiant team were just being aggressive in the wrong ways. Like they would look for kills and just, or they weren't really finding the openings that they should have been finding. Because the Dire team didn't have good countering at ganking. If you jump they jumped the Beastmaster once or twice, but you can't really relocate in because Lion Weaver don't really offer a whole lot in the early game. So it felt like definitely the Radiant team should have been more aggressive and just spent a lot more time 5-manning. The Dire team, I thought like they needed to play a bit more passively from behind because they didn't have a great way of team fighting, but they're showing right now like they're ready to fight. They've got these items up. They've constantly getting Roshan. And that big Roshan fight where Ursa brought back is really what's gotten WPC Team A, the Dire side, ahead in this game.
Yeah, absolutely agree. I mean, all of those small scale fights where you lose 1 or 2 heroes doesn't matter too much. It's the momentum that you gain when you win a team fight and maybe destroy a tier 1 tower, and obviously taking out the Aegis and things of that nature. So for now, it seems like HGT says we just farm ourselves back in this game. When you're down behind by 1,000-2,000 gold right now, sounds like a lot, but in 10-20 minutes, 1,000-2,000 gold isn't as big of a deal.
Yeah. Well, Daiku actually went down at some point. I'm not sure if you, well, a couple minutes ago it looks like. I don't remember that happening, but I don't remember seeing that at all. But we are going to see Ursa Shadowblading at top. He's got a Hex, and he's just going to run right past looking for anyone. Radiant team, they grouped as 5, and they've gone for smoke gangs before. We'll have to see if this is going to be another one. But right now, there's no smoke, but there's an infested Lifestealer in the storm.
Here we go. It's going to go right on YJ. YJ Tether. We're going to have to see a relocate back up. No relocate there. It looks like Mirror's going to be dead as well. Suddenly 2 kills here going for Hearts. Get together.
Yeah, you've just got to straight up relocate that, gank that. We'll relocate out of there. I think he thought, hey, I'll tether first, then go for the relocate. No, you've got to... You don't know how many heroes are there, whether it's 2 or 5, and you just got to play it safe and just go get the hell out of there.
So basically what you do to make that play work is you use relocate first, and then tether into whoever you want to rescue, and then both of you guys go home. Or another way to go about it against certain type of initiators, for example, like a Bat Rider, you could just use it to disjoint certain nukes and projectiles.
Yeah, it has a 2-second cast time, so definitely use it before the tether comes out. But well, that's the kind of kills and pickoffs Hearts get together need, and they're now going to get themselves some towers at this top lane. And well, that's kind of this Hex is nice when you're being offensive, but when you're getting jumped on, it offers absolutely nothing. Storm going to zip out. It looks like they don't want to stay around. They see that Ursa respawning, knowing that Wisp does have relocate. This Storm actually shows himself bottom lane, and where's this Wisp Ursa going to go? They're relocating. They're going to try to cut off the Darkseer. Darkseer turns around, seeing this is coming his way, and the chase is now on. Ursa.
Actually, got 4 staff. He's fine.
Nicely played. He did get hexed up, though. The Hex came too late. Well, not so much as too late. He used it as fast as he could. And
well,
Darkseer and Nick's going to get away, so... Still 18 to 14, almost dead even between these two teams. A slight gold lead going the way of WPC-A. WPC-B with a slight experience lead. And
just too much farm, I feel like, for both of these teams. Maybe not fully understanding how their roster is meant to be played, or maybe they don't want to play too aggressively. We've seen many times in the past when the stakes are fairly high, teams would just decide to play quite defensively. We saw this out of a lot of the Western teams in TI2. Maybe this is, I mean, obviously this is not TI2, but for these two teams, it might as well be TI2.
They're one chance for some glory here at the Ace Dota 2 League. Well, I mean, right now it is a very even game 1. Neither team really pulling away, getting much of a lead. We both, well, I definitely felt hard to get together, and their opening match looked a lot stronger. But WPC-A looks like since their first match have improved and are looking a lot stronger than they once did.
Yeah, harder to kind of make any concluding judgment to say which team is better when we only had two games to kind of go upon. So it's just not really fair of a comparison. It looks like we're gonna see HGT gonna try once again. He is detected walking up the hill like this.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Can Nick find anyone? There's a zip-in elsewhere. They're actually zipping on the Weaver here. I don't think they're going to kill him because Lion comes in. Oh, there's a Wisp relocate. The Hex not coming in time. Stormspirit does get out of there. It's going to be Shadow Demon instead taking the fall. Oh, they're going to... Oh, they try block the lifesteal. The Finger gets dodged.
Okay.
Finger does no damage. Raw comes now and instead Zhao Love is going to be brought down by the physical damage, it looks like. They wasted a lot of spells to get that kill. They're now on the run, WPC-A. Looks like they are going to be okay. That was a unusual fight. A lot of spells actually just flat out missing there because of some various sort of ways these spells work together. I mean, I think it was Rage and also, well, no, he wasn't Rage. He got disrupted. So the disruption, I think, actually dodged the Finger of Death there.
Yeah, I mean, maybe Infest.
Yep.
No, he was already Infest. So I guess just SD flat out dodged it.
And then after he came out, he raged directly after it, so he took almost no damage. Unfortunately, the Raw was there ready to actually kill him off.
The big issue for me is for WPC is that Wisp has to play a lot better. He has to play very, very far back, or maybe just standing around the trees in the lane, because all he's going to do is draw a Timbersaw hook and Mary dies, pretty much.
Yep.
But no, he's going to go back to the Ghost Scepter. Okay.
Right, he's got both the Dire supports with Ghost Scepters here. Seem to prefer that over the Falstaff against this Lifestealer. Oh, and Beastmaster with a new Ag Scepter, so he's actually going to take the Aegis for himself. Ursa just going to hold on to the cheese here.
Yeah, Beastmaster with the Aegis is a little bit overkill, but you know, when Ursa doesn't want it, you could take it. Yeah. I just am very surprised that Ursa hasn't found these solo kills yet.
Yeah, I feel like that's what he should be looking for more. Like, he doesn't have to always... Problem with being with the Wisp is it's another hero that's missing on the map. If you show Wisp somewhere on the map with like 2 or 3 heroes by him, things are gonna open up for this Ursa to find these solo kills. And that's what when you go this build, like a Shadow Blade and even Hex, this is an item built for finding solo kills. If you're expecting to be more like a 5v5 Ursa, you want to have a BKB more. Because that's where you can rely... You have Beastmaster Raw. So Beastmaster Raw someone, you don't need the Hex to lock him in place. You just focus whoever gets Rawed, whoever gets Tether Stun, whoever gets Lion Hex. The Hex is an item designed for solo kills.
Well, speaking of solo kill, Abyssal Blade has been up for a bit now for the Lifestealer, looking for a way to kind of bash an opponent.
Yep.
It's really hard to say who's going to be winning these upcoming team fights, but I think having Abyssal Blade really gives them the option to chain on Ursa, depending whether he's on BKB or not. Even if he isn't, you could just chain Hex him when you have 2 Hexes so far.
Good news for Tongfu B is it's no longer just about the Ursa. Weaver's got to complete a Desolator, so they've got a second source of damage. And this is the offlane Weaver who had a really, really slow start. Something with BKB Deso, 7, 2, and 5. He's just managed to find kills in these team fights to help him catch up. And all of a sudden, he's actually a threat and a hero that Hearts Get Together have to worry about. Like, Lifestealer, sure, he's got Armored Abyssal, but this is pure damage output. This doesn't give him much survivability against a Weaver.
Yeah, I agree. They're still not making that jump. I think they couldn't make that jump every single time. But it's going to be YJ going in just by himself. He pops the Hex immediately. And, well, there's a pickoff. If I've ever seen one, Xiaohong goes back into the tether. He needs to get the hell out of there.
Relocate. Use that relocate. There we go. Wisp will probably pay for this with his life. Shadow Demon actually got the disruption off. That's not going to stop anything. And, well, do they actually fight this? Here comes the Weaver. Weaver going to show up. Do they bring everyone back? It looks like they're all TPing in. They're going to bring back Wisp. And, oh no, they don't bring back the Ursa. Ursa actually TP. Wisp is going to be alone. Is there any tether out? They kill off the Storm Spirit with a long-range Roar. What a play coming out here. Zhao Love now on the run. He's already used his Abyssal, and Weaver, the big bad Weaver, the BKB Desolator, is going to chase down. I imagine at least get the Shadow Demon. He's actually going for Zhao Love here. Darkseer shows up. They've lost Nyx though, and Raw now on cooldown. The vacuum wall is there, but there's a Hex out on 7. Stormspirit is brought back for this one. He wants to get a kill on the line, will do so. Ursa now silence up. He can't really castle too much, and Weaver pop the time lapse, very low on HP. He's going back in. He wants Zhao Love. Beastmaster going to take a fall. Stormspirit secures that. The Aegis on the Beastmaster, though, coming into play. The cheese on the Ursa. Both these two heroes being kept Roshan items. Unfortunately, Ursa finally goes down. Weaver now going to town. Weaver, Misty going to get himself a kill on Lifestealer, but he goes down to a Shadow Demon. Double kill for the Shadow Demon. This is going to be a triple kill. Stormspirit actually getting the kill.
Damn.
Team wipe for HGT. What a hectic fight, and in the end, it's Hearts Get Together with a 5-0 sweep It did cost them some buybacks, at least one on the Storm Spirit, but that was well worth it.
Yeah, I mean, that teamfight was just simply too chaotic, and more importantly, there was just better item activations coming out from...
That was 3 buybacks, in fact. Darkseer as well as Nyx Assassin bought back.
I mean, that...
So it was actually a bad team fight. They just won it based on the buybacks, and unfortunately for WPC-As, they can't really run away because it's a Storm Spirit buying back, so he just chases you down.
I mean, when you're backing by like this, especially on the Radiant side, I think WPC says, alright, maybe they just waste a little bit more. They go, we're not going to use our, buyback for that, so not sure.
Well, I think at the end of the day, it was almost like an even kill. It was like almost an even fight, even with WPC at the end getting team wiped. But Hearts Get Together threw so much at it. They lost every single hero there, except maybe Shadow Demon.
Yeah, the thing is, these team fights are absolutely irrelevant to me because nobody's actually pushing buildings at this point. 23-20, this is a okay game. They're winning team fights, but the go graph just doesn't change. They're just sitting there. There's no like, yeah, we're winning team fight, we're going to take your tier 1 and then tier 2. We're going to take tier 2 and take your jungle farm. We're going to take your tier 2 and then aim to do tier 3. It seems like they're like, yeah, we're winning team fights, but we're going to go back to our jungle farm. I just don't understand this logic.
Yeah, especially even at least try to force some buybacks out. Hearts Get Together going to go for a smoke now. There's no Roshan up. There's no Aegis and Cheese this time, so I think they favor themselves should another team fight break out. Well, they're not going to find anyone here in the dire jungle, unfortunately. Tongfu, they're hovered around this middle lane. They're actually grouped up here, and they're going to be sitting behind this Ursa, knowing that he could well get jumped in.
Ooh, Ursa's getting jump alright. They're going to focus him right there. Sentry Ward going to get dropped. He cannot get out of there with just Invis. And they do get him down immediately. He does not have buyback. And now where's the focus fire coming in? Looks like they're going to get on the Lion line already dead immediately. Beastmaster Roar comes jump. How is actually him back in the fight? Did he buy back?
Yeah, he did a buyback.
Okay, I thought it was a cooldown. And Shalove's going to get hexed. He's going to get bursted down very quickly as well. No, they surge. They get him out of there. He's going to be completely fine. Meanwhile, Ursa dropping low, dropping fast. He dies a second time. This is looking pretty bad.
Yeah, they've lost 3 here. Lost 4, in fact, with Ursa dying twice. Weaver now on the run. Hasn't got timeouts. Hasn't got BKB. Storm's it after. Is there going to be a pull? He's actually out of mana, and Weaver going to get a second Shukuchi off. Looks like he may just escape out of this one, but even so, 3 heroes on the sidelines. Tier 2 tower mid should go down. Lifestealer is getting healed up as well, so this is a hugely successful fight for Hearts Get Together.
Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. They win a fight and then they're going to transition to a tower push. Already a 5,000 gold lead for them. That team fight was absolutely huge. Not only did they kill Ursa twice, they took him out buyback as well. In fact, I think you should just go high ground here.
The one big thing that happened in that team fight, which won them the fight, is they jumped on the Ursa, but Storm actually used his Orchid on the Beastmaster who was running in, so there was no Roar. They couldn't Roar the Lifestealer, they couldn't Roar the Storm. He just straight up Orchided him, and they kill off the Ursa while he's silent, so the Roar comes much later, and as a result, WPC-A just can't fight. They are going to go high ground, like you suggest, and, well, Hearts Get Together. Is there anything that's going to stop them getting this tier 3 tower Raxes? Because right now, with Ursa on the sidelines, it looks like they might not be.
Well, they're going to get a tier 3 tower, but I think Hearts Get Together should back off. In fact, they do. Yeah, they just back off right now. Just don't need to risk it. You know Ursa's back. You know they have relocate. So just simply back off.
Everyone's getting back to full HP and mana. Storm Spirit with the Orchid, as well as a Lincoln Sphere now flying out. He's going to have himself up to full mana already, and actually going to find an Invis rune here. So Infest back up as well, so they can just look to re-engage and do the same thing over again. They just want to keep fighting. Whenever WPC-A don't have Aegis and cheats, it's really hard for them to take these fights. And Ursa's needed a BKB for a long time, but he's bought back twice in the last like 10 minutes, and this has slowed down any of his item progression.
Yeah. Well, Xiaohong's item progression has not been slowed down. He's got Lincoln Spheres, he's got Orchids. Meanwhile, Lifestealer's got a ton. He's working for what I believe is AC. Shiva's Guards is, always one of those off-the-wall items, but I think AC is just a little bit better. Force Staff and Gold Scepter now up on support XY. Support SD still holding on that gold and probably working on a Staff of Wizardry. I think right now, Hearts Get Together, one smoke away, one big pick off away for the win.
Yes. Having the Ghost Scepters and Force Staffs on all the supports mean that they don't have to be as afraid of the Ursa. Even an Ursa with a Hex, whoever he hexes, you can still Force Staff out of there. If he's not hexing, well, then you've got the Ghost Scepters. So the one thing they have to worry about is always going to be this Roar coming from Beastmaster, but they've done a good job so far of dealing with that. They're going to go for a smoke here. Both teams, actually. Well, Radiant team not smoked up, but they are looking to sort of find an engagement using the Vendetta and the Storm Zippin with an Invis rune even. Is there gem? Yeah, there's a gem on the Radiant team.
There's a gem on the Dire team as well. Both teams are dewarding quite aggressively. Here we go. We're going to see a big smoke wraparound coming out from Tongfu. The Radiant thinks they're safe because the bird was scouting their retreat path, but little do they know.
You see a Storm zip towards the middle lane. They still don't know this flank is coming. They're drawing lines in the enemy jungle. The smoke going to be wearing off very soon.
Well, smoke is not smoke anymore when you get seen right now.
Shadow Demon, 4-star out. There's your Storm zip, and Wall gets dropped as well. We need a vacuum to follow things up, and they're trying to focus down on YJ. Ursa's going to go down to start things off here. No, he's still alive. Lion actually kills off the Storm Spirit, so Storm Spirit for the Ursa. Neither hero with buyback, it looks like. Mary going to take a fall. 7 going to make sure of that one. And Weaver's now the one carry threat you've got to worry about on the WPC side. There's no Raw, there's just Weaver alive. He's actually ran away. And hard to get together. They lose their Storm there, but it's still a decent fight for them.
I mean, it's okay. Yeah, but the gold chart continue to rise, and looks like HCT is gonna perhaps go into the Roshan pit. Not spawning just yet, but
soon. 30
soon.
seconds, there we go.
Yeah, I mean, you can see that all of the team fights are just initiated by Hearts Get Together. Just shows that they could have the ability to take the team fight whenever they want. Storms are jumping in. You have to just focus Storm or whoever gets spit it out, which is Lifestealer. But these two are very, very difficult hero to kill.
Yep, and Hearts get together. Going to wait for the Storm to come back, and then we'll see. Imagine some kind of a fight over the Roshan pit. Ursa's going to be wanting to sneak in there. At the same time, Ursa's still without a BK. If he's got a BKB in these fights, he just does so much more. Because there's nothing. There's only the lifesteal with bashes to go through his BKB. But even that, like lifesteal is often hitting other targets because Beastmaster's often roaring him. So, oh Lion, you may actually live this.
Ooh, haste it. Vac back.
It's gonna be okay.
Nice.
Radiant's
Okay.
top
Go West
tower
for.
is under. Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Meanwhile,
Creeps pushing.
God, this is what we're watching.
Creeps push.
Creeps push.
Can
Nobody.
you double click Creeps for the auto camera?
I mean, Hearts Together got together had map control, right?
Well, you'd think they do, but it's actually Ursa in the Roshan pit now. He's going to be forced back. He's actually seeing Invis here. Nyx has a gem. He sees Ursa, and I think they may just straight up kill this Ursa. Zip in from the Storm. The lifesteal is there as well. Is there a relocate gank out? Because they need the relocate out. It's not going to come. Mary going to actually take a fall instead. Ursa, he gets kept alive now. Now he's maybe going to take a fall. He's disrupted up there. There's no BKB still, and with that, he's going to get brought down. The illusions as well as actually the illusions just straight up get the kill on him. And well, Tongfu on the run now. Just Nyx Assassin dying on the Radiant squad.
Yeah, now they're going to go back to Roshan pit. Looks like Shaolov already working on it right from the get-go. Yeah, I think with HDD getting Aegis on their Storm or Lifestealer, this is GG. The hero's just not built around for this stage of the game.
Storm. And they just scout things out on the high ground here. There's nothing you can really do if you're the Tongfu B squad here to stop this Roche going down. So Lifestealer or Storm. Storm gets the Aegis, Lifestealer maybe the cheese, and they're ready to, I imagine, push an end fairly soon. They do have to push out this middle lane, which is already at their tier 3 tower. So
yeah, not too hard to do it here when you have a Darkstair who just vacuums the whole wave, and it'll eventually get pushed back out.
A few of these heroes do need to go back, heal up. Storm completely out of mana, Darkstair out of mana. Storm can actually regen it pretty fast, but there will be time for Ursa to respawn, so they're not going to be looking to force things too fast here and try and push the 4 Ursa's back.
I mean, HET as well as this is a confusing game. HET ahead by all merits, 7,000 gold, kill assists, and all that stuff. Just not going for a push. I think they're gonna just say we're gonna play it slow, which to their own detriment. Like you're giving a WPC teammate a lot more ways to come back.
Yeah, I'd definitely agree on that. And well, WPC, I think the main way they come back is getting time to farm this Ursa BKB. Or finding relocate ganks, but right now that's the one thing Hearts get together are doing pretty well, not giving openings and showing heroes alone on the map that can just get ganked out. But they're still not in the clear. Hearts get together. They're gonna look to it looks like group up in the middle lane and try go for a game-ending push here.
All right, let's see if they can find that push going down. Storms are leading the charge, has that Aegis, so it doesn't really care too much. Have 3,700 gold in the bank as well, so if he wants to pick up a bigger item, this is the time to do it.
Yeah, maybe having the buyback in case this fight does go awry, even with the Aegis there as well. Have 3 lives, better than 2.
Dire's middle tower
Tier 3 tower already low from the last push, and that's going to be an easy pick off here. But we've already using Swarm here, so those beetles will be dealt with, and then they look to, early Glyph.
I mean, it's going to just force a hand. If there's no roar anytime soon, they're going to slowly siege this one down. Yeah, in fact, that's exactly what you do.
Weaver working on a butterfly. He's going to run in with a Hex here. Raw gets dropped as well, but the 4 stuff out here. And YJ, Vacuum, is there a wall? There is. The wall is second too late here, but Storm has now found his way in, looking to get this Wisp here. Wisp Ghost Scepter keeps him alive a bit longer, and they're not getting kills. HGT, but they're just getting the Raxes here. They're forcing heroes back. Lifesteal, meanwhile, is like, okay, I'll just get the Raxes, guys. And now they can back off, so...
Yeah, I think getting the Raxes are a lot more important than getting kills at this
Yeah.
point. Yeah, like earlier I talked about getting kills is pretty meaningless if you don't get some structural damage. They've forgotten to kill to get the structural damage, got 2 Rax, and they back off.
Should just go top. Look at this. There's a creep wave there. They're going to back off and defend bottom, though. Storm deciding, hey, look, I can get another item in this time.
They play so safe.
Yeah. They could have gotten another set of Raxes at top there. Like, that was... I guess they didn't have the Darkseer wall is the main thing they were lacking. Whereas Beastmaster Roar is already back off cooldown, so deciding maybe the Darkseer wall is needed to push, but even so, definitely felt like they're going to go for a push on the bottom lane, it looks like, instead. And by the time they get to the Dire base, 48 seconds, they will have that Darkseer wall of replica.
Okay, here we go. HGT going on the bot. Farming, pushing. This Lifestealer are very, very fat at this point. Nobody's going to be engaging its way, so Lifestealer says, we're going to just take your last outer tier 2 and start knocking on the high ground.
Yes. There's still a gem on the Beastmaster, so this Nyx does need to be careful. He's sort of scouting ahead with his Vendetta. But for the time being, WPC-A are just in their own jungle, trying to get some more farm. YJ will not have BKB for this push once again.
Ooh, Tongfu YJ running in. Nobody said everything just yet. Looking for the big kill. Not gonna see it here.
Dire's bottom tower
Right, well,
has fallen.
now we go high ground again. Lifes will be on the front lines, just hitting away on this tower. No one's actually TP'd yet. There's no glyph. This tower's going down uncontested.
Wall? What?
These TPs are coming.
Yeah,
way too late.
why they? What's going on here?
They've already lost the tower by the time they actually get here. That was a much too slow reaction from WPC-A.
Here we go. The Roar's gonna go on Shao Love. They're gonna focus him on defensive disruption. That's a 3-man Impel, 3-man Vacuum, 3-man Wall. Everybody, and there's a 3-man Impel coming out from Lion as well. Here comes the Storm though. He's going back in, forces out Ghost Scepter, clings out the Wisp. Now going for UUU9. He's gonna get picked off as well.
Yeah, Gem hits the ground and calls the GG, and yeah, this is it. WPC-A, they put up a good fight. They lasted a long time, but end of the day, the Storm Spirit was just finding too much farm gains to make pickoffs. Lifestealer as well, and the Ursa just going for the Hex did not pay off from that. That was a ton of gold invested in that item, and at no point did it have any sort of an impact.
I think he got like 1 kill or 2, but it's like you said, if you want to win team fights, you get BKB. If you're going to go for pickoffs, you go Hex. But this hasn't been nothing but team fights being decided.
Yeah, it was constant team. Having a BKB, even a Basher, would have helped him a little bit more when he was fighting the Lifesteal in Rage form. So, I don't know.
I think it was perhaps not exactly Hex being a bad item on Ursa, but Hex being a bad item on Ursa this game. Because if you looked at all the initiation, it came from the Storm. It was Storm that initiated every single fight. And when you are trying to counter initiate or trying to do something else, you need BKB, not Hex.
Yeah, I agree. And unfortunately for WPC-A, or the Tongfu-sponsored team, they're going to lose Game 1. They do have Game 2 coming up, so they've got time to get their first win of the WPC-A Dota 2 League. Congratulations to Hearts Get Together. That's their first win. Possibly maybe the only wins they're going to be getting here, as the two WPC-selected teams not really meant to match up well against the sponsored teams. But
yeah,
we'll see. Game 2 coming up soon, guys. Stay tuned.